wasn't supposed to be here by many people's standards. I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't qualified to be here. See, I was that woman on government's assistance in 1994.
This is the foundation of self-esteem, of self-confidence, of self-love.
In life, when you roll the dice, worst case scenario, you're gonna land on average. So don't be average, because if you don't try, you will get to average, right?
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day out right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Lisa Nichols. Also, if you want to have more motivation and confidence, check out my 254 series. They're free. The link to join are in the description below.
I believe any behavior that you don't want any longer, the way that the catalyst to change is recognizing the price. You're gonna play ginormous, say ginormous. But first take baby steps. I wasn't supposed to be here by many people's standards. I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't qualified to be here. See, I was that woman on government's assistance in 1994. I was that woman on WIC, Women, Infant, and Children, in 1994. I was that woman that couldn't afford to put Pampers on my son, so I wrapped him in a towel for 2 days in 1995. I'm that woman. So what would get me to being a best-selling author, times 7 books, running a multi-million-dollar company, having my company go public 2 years ago, and going from Wayfair to Wall Street? It would simply be being non-negotiable. So I just stopped by to check in if you're willing to be non-negotiable.
Yes, yes.
If you're willing to stop asking the world for permission to be amazing, to be brilliant, to be divine. Stop asking the world for permission and begin today to give the world notice. See, Ajit says something's gonna happen to you while you're here. And I love that. Have an expectation on your life. You didn't come here for them to do you. Okay, Ajit, I'm here, do me. No, this is your life, your opportunity. You're brilliant. See, the doors have been open, and now you dance to your rhythm, sing to your song, you play to your tune. And all you need to do is pick up a little bit here and pick up a little bit there, and then take radical action and become non-negotiable. Abundant thinkers live in non-negotiable. Average thinkers live in optional. Average thinkers live, I really would love to have a new business, but your behaviors are not congruent with what you say you would love. When you move from optional to non-negotiable, you've slid every other option off the table. I was interviewed 155 times in 5 months. And the #1 question I was asked was, Lisa, how did you go from public assistance to going public? How did you go from welfare to Wall Street? How did you build a multi-million-dollar business? How did you do it? And I said, I just slid every other option off the table. Like I really did. I slid every other option off the table. There was no other option. Burn the ship. Burn the ships. Don't go back. There was no other option. I didn't even have a plan B. It's A, capital A, or baby damn A. But it's A. It's now or later, but I'm gonna get it. Once you get to that place, something happens. The universe aligns with you because you're so intentional.
The difference in people is their standards. The world is full of people who started with less than what you already have right now, and they're winning. And too many people are out there complaining. Complaining that you don't have the money, that you don't have the time, that you don't have the experience, that you don't have the personality for it. All legitimate, logical reasons. But others have done it with those very same circumstances as you, with worse circumstances than you. The difference is they have a higher standard for themselves. And today, we're gonna raise yours. One of the things I'm most proud about for myself, why do I love Evan Carmichael, is because when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it, especially when it gets hard. Like it doesn't count until it gets hard. And I'm doing it not just for other people, I'm doing it not just because I promised you that I would show up, I'm doing it for myself because I said I was gonna do something and then I go off and do it. This is the foundation of self-esteem, of self-confidence, of self-love, doing it when you say you're gonna do it. And so on Monday, I usually have a 2-hour walking meeting with Alex. Alex helps me run Toronto Dance Salsa. He comes over, Monday's my mentoring day, and we'll usually go for a 2-hour walk around the city. And it's starting to get cold. You know, it's winter time here, it's getting cold. And so we bundle up and we go for our 2-hour walk while we talk and while we meet. I'm trying to do walking meetings more, just for my own health and just for the challenge of it, because it's easy to start something like that in the spring or in the summer. It's really hard to do it when it's in the winter and you live in Toronto, Canada, and it's snowing and cold, right? So this Monday, Alex was sick. He still came in, he was sick, he was running a bit of a fever, not crazy sick, but just sick. And Nina, my wife, super caring, said, hey, maybe you shouldn't go for a walk outside. And my heart's just like, come on. No, we have to. I said I was going to do it, right? I have to, for myself, I have to go on the walk. Like, I'll go on the walk and leave Alex at my place and and just film the meeting with him. But we came up with a different solution, which was, I live in a condo. We have a gym in my condo, and we went down to the condo gym and I walked on the treadmill while he stood or sat next to me for 2 hours, because I said that I was going to do it. How important is that 1-2 hour walk? Not much. Right? In itself, not much. Am I going to get healthy from doing that one walk? No. Am I going to lose weight by doing that one walk? No. I'm going to have so much more mental clarity by doing that one walk? Of course not. But it's the whole game, because you're teaching yourself that you follow through. You're teaching yourself that you have high standards. You're teaching yourself that when you say you're going to do something, you follow through, because life is coming for you with a ton of roadblocks. Life is going to throw tons of curveballs at you. If you can only do the thing that you said you were going to do when it's easy and the path is perfectly clear, you're never going to do it. This is why people don't stay consistent, because as soon as life gets hard, you let yourself off the hook. You allow your standards to drop, to say, oh, it's okay. Yeah, of course I can't go for a walk because Alex is sick, right? And there are definitely legitimate times when you should let yourself off the hook. If I was dying in bed with a fever and I couldn't get out of bed, I wouldn't go for the walk. That makes sense. Don't be stupid. There's times when you need to be gentle on yourself. But more often than not, we are too gentle on ourselves when we shouldn't be. I could have done the walk, and we did it. We did it in the gym downstairs, and Alex stood next to me and sat next to me and didn't have to go outside and get the cold on him, and I still got my walk in, right? And I feel great about it, because I did it when it was hard, because here's this obstacle that life's throwing at me. Here's an easy way when everybody around me is saying, you don't have to go off and do it. And a little tiny voice inside my own head saying, okay, well, here's a chance. You don't have to do it. Like, no, be quiet, voice. I'm doing it. We're finding a solution. Let's go. And the solution is going to walk on the treadmill downstairs. So how can you start raising your standards for yourself? I'm going to give you a 3-step process that I think will help. Step number 1 is building credibility with yourself. This is so important. This is the starting point. This is the foundation. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. It starts with getting up in the morning. Most people, the first thing they do is they hit the alarm clock, right? You snooze. That's the very first thing. And I think that's a mental trap. I think every time you hit the snooze button, you're starting your day telling yourself that you suck. The very last thing you did last night was say, I'm going to wake up at whatever clock in the morning tomorrow. And the very first thing you do in the morning is say, I'm not going to hit my goal. Right? That is not what you want to train yourself to do. That is teaching yourself from the very first second that you will wake up, right? The second you wake up, you're telling yourself, I suck, I'm not going to hit my goal. Stop doing that. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. You do it. You do it. Even if it's a small version of it, you still do it. If you said you're going to do push-ups every day and you feel really sick, do 2 push-ups just to show yourself that you do it. You have to set goals and then follow through. So be very careful, very intentional about the goals that you set for yourself. And then once you do, you have to follow through. You have to put your best effort on accomplishing that goal for the day, because that's where your self-love comes from. Your self-love comes from doing difficult things. It comes from setting goals, and then once it gets difficult, you still following through. That's how you build credibility with yourself, because the challenge is, if you snooze, if you let yourself off the hook, if you don't go for the walk, if you don't do the thing as soon as it gets a little tiny bit hard, the next time you set a goal, you're going to get excited and say, I'm going to do this goal. This is my next goal. I'm pumped up. And then the next day you're going to say, I'm not going to do that, because you don't do any of your goals, because you've taught yourself that you set goals and don't follow through. This is the starting point. Set fewer goals. And once you set them, you have to follow through. Number 2 is remember your big why and little why. This is what helps keep you on track. Your big why is your big vision for what you're trying to accomplish, the big mission that you're on. I want to solve the world's biggest problem. I want people to believe in themselves more, right? That's what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And sometimes that's motivating and inspiring and amazing and gets me going and wants me to raise my standards to get there. And sometimes it seems too big. And so the little why is, I don't know how I can help 1 billion people, but I help 1 person, I help 2 people. I can go to my comments and see that I help some people and they're leaving me feedback. You guys, you beautiful people, leave me feedback on my videos, right? And remembering that the work that you do is important. If you felt every day that you woke up and you were doing work that was important, you're built to serve, right? It was meaningful to people. It was helping people. The work that you did matters. It would force you to raise your standards. And you do that by remembering your big why, the mission you're trying to take on, and the little why of feeling like I helped 1 person. And sometimes that big why is amazing and that's all you need. But when that feels like it's too big, go back to the little why and remember that you helped at least 1 person. You made a difference in their lives and you can do it again today when you raise your standards. And step number 3 is have an environment of excellence. The environment that you create for yourself really matters because you set it up once, right? This office that I'm in, this is my office, right? I walk in here every day is what I look at. This might be really inspiring to you or it may mean nothing to you, right? All these pictures, they mean something to me. My Doritos bag that is not here anymore because I have my new book, Built to Serve. Pre-order your copy. Links in the description. Go get it. You know, my Doritos bag that was here. But even this book, I'm proud of this book, right? The awards that I have down here. Everything that's in my office was designed. Even the clothes that I'm wearing and the things that's on my desktop background and my cell phone background, right? It's designed with intention. The beauty of having something like this is you set it up once. I printed these pictures off once, I put them up on my wall, and every day I walk in, I've got Steve Jobs staring me down and Ipa Giannini staring me down, and my parents looking at me as soon as I walk in the door, and Howard Schultz and Kanye West, they're looking at me. They're inspiring me on a daily basis. I pull up my phone and I look at that message on my phone and my desktop, all of it, right? Design your environment. Ask yourself, what's in your environment, is it allowing you to be excellent? Is it pulling you up to a higher standard? And if it's yes, amazing, keep doing it. If it's no, then fix it. Fix it. Even putting this on every day makes me feel like a superhero. That may sound silly, ridiculous, crazy to you. Awesome, go do you, right? For me, it's what I like to do. This is what gets me feeling amazing. So whatever it is that pulls you up to a higher standard, that's in your environment, that you're doing daily, that you're probably just mailing in and just running through the routine of, right? Change it. Ask yourself, what does an excellent environment look like for you? What do you need to have on your body, in your environment, on your walls, on your backgrounds, right? Your screens. What do you need to have there that when you see it, it's going to remind you of who you are and who you want to be and the person that needs to grow to accomplish the goals that you have for yourself. Create an environment of excellence. Now I have a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is one goal that you will set for yourself that you must follow through on even when it gets difficult? Let me know what that goal is. Put it down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I wanna celebrate you. Give me a hashtag believe in the comments as well.
Now listen, what I want to talk to you tonight about is don't be average. Don't be average. Average people make a certain amount of money. Average people live a certain type of lifestyle. And I'm not disrespecting average people. I'm just saying, if you have a choice, don't be average, because in life, when you roll the dice, worst case scenario, you're gonna land on average. So don't be average, because if you don't try, you will get to average, right? So let's not shoot for average, because average is gonna be there. So I need you to be what? What's the P word? I need you to be what? Come on, I need you to be what? I don't need you to be nothing else. When you do your job, you do it in a way where that you cannot get fired. Talking to my wife today, she's like, I want you to clean up. I'm like, we about to get into it. She's like, I want you to clean up. I'm like, how? Because I know you want it a different way than how I do it. I clean average. I'm just being real. I clean average. So when you say clean, you have to break that down, because I know with my clean and your clean, it's two different cleans. No, I'm trying to help you. It's two different cleans. My wife said you don't clean, you shift. So you take stuff from one area and you put in another area. That area clean, but then the other area, when I clean, you don't see nothing, everything's gone. Some of you, when you get a job, you shift, you don't clean. So I need you to find out what productive is when you get to that internship, you get that job, you get in that relationship with that female, that male, whatever you do, I need you to find out what not what you think productive is, find out what's really productive. And you do that, and they can't get rid of you.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.